Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how I make this easy DIY ginger rinse for the scalp. It's great during the winter months for anti-dandruff or any flaky scalp issues you're having, and I'll be showing you how I apply this to my scalp. So without further ado, let's get into it. So here's what you'll need. Some ginger. I use 3 pieces about 1 inch by 1 inch. You can also use some dried herbs like rosemary, mint, or basil. Here I use rosemary. If you don't have dried herbs, you can just include the essential oils. I also used essential oils of tea tree, lemon, cinnamon bark, and peppermint. You can use any essential oils that you like to smell in your hair. You'll need an empty bottle of about 24 to 32 ounces. This is just to show you I'm not using apple cider vinegar, but that is the color of the mixture. You'll need something to strain with, a measuring cup, a pot obviously, and you'll also need filtered or bottled water. So here I am just measuring out how much water I'll need. I really only need 1 bottle, and this bottle is 32 ounces, which is 4 cups. 1 cup is 8 ounces. But I am planning to put some of this aside for drinking. So I'm going to be boiling 8 cups of water, which is 64 ounces. You guys can stick to your 32 or 24 ounces of water. You will be just fine. So here I am just getting my ginger together, and like I said before, these pieces are about 1 inch in length, probably more. I am bad at averaging these sizes, so forgive me. I'm peeling my ginger because it's not organic, and I mentioned that I would be drinking it, which I did. So if you don't have organic ginger and you want to keep the skin on, you can go ahead and clean it with some vinegar and water and just make sure to scrub the skin down really well. I didn't want to be bothered with that, and I just went ahead and peeled it, and here I am slicing it against the grain. Against the grain doesn't really matter. I am just letting you know that in case you have too much ginger and you want to throw some in the blender, against the grain is better. And I'm also using just about under a teaspoon of rosemary leaves. So I'm going to go ahead and put this ginger and rosemary into the pot and let it steep. But really and truly, the shot was for my nails because the color was so cute. Once my water starts to bubble just like this on medium flame, I drop my ginger in and my rosemary as well. I am going to let it just come to a boil in the ginger and then turn the flame down to a low heat so that this ginger can steep, and I'll keep it in there for about 20 minutes. 15 to 20 minutes should be just fine for this tea. If you want the tea to be stronger, just leave it steeping for an extra 5, 10, or 15 minutes. And here's what your tea will look like once it's finished steeping. This will be about the color of apple cider vinegar, and you just want to let this cool after it steeps. So once your tea has completely cooled, you can go ahead and strain it, put some aside for drinking if that's what you want to do, or you can drink it hot. But for bottling, you want to make sure that it cools completely. And once it's bottled, you can go ahead and use it or put it in the refrigerator just to chill it down so that your rinse will be nice and cool and refreshing. I'm going to strain it, put it into the bottle, and then add my essential oils to it. So next you'll want to add your essential oils, and I'm only going to add about 3 drops of cinnamon bark oil and about 4 drops of peppermint, about 5 drops of lemon oil, and then about 10 drops of tea tree. You just want to be careful with your oils that give you that burn, those minty oils, you know, that warmth that you get from peppermint, that you just want to make sure that you are only putting a few drops of those because you already have the ginger, which already gives you that heat. Then you just go ahead and give everything a good shake to make sure that all your ingredients are mixed. And you can then choose to chill this mixture in the fridge or go ahead and use it just as it is. So now I'm going to show you how I use this ginger tea rinse in my wash routine. And basically you just want this to be the last thing that you pour onto your scalp, and you don't pour all at one time. You just pour a little bit at a time and massage after each bit that you pour. So this footage is obviously sped up, but you really do want to take your time and massage it in. Because this basically is a diluted form of this mixture, you won't really have to worry about ginger causing any irritation to your scalp unless you have an extremely sensitive scalp. And there are other remedies and forms of using ginger on your scalp out there. Some of them will tell you to blend the ginger and then use the juice mixed with olive oil and put it on your scalp. But a lot of those do call for washing the ginger out. So this one I like because you are able to keep the ginger in and really massage it into the scalp and let the scalp absorb the benefits of the ginger. And here are just a few of the benefits of using ginger. Ginger has natural antibacterial, antiseptic, and anti-inflammatory properties. So what this means is that it will help to combat and treat dandruff and flaky scalp and anything that would lead to that. It also has a stimulant property to it, so it will stimulate blood flow to the scalp and encourage hair growth. So if you are experiencing hair loss associated with dandruff, then you might want to try this rinse a few weeks in your routine and see if it helps. So guys, literally just came up from the ginger rinse that you just saw. I have a little bit left. What I would recommend you do with a little bit that you have is store this in the refrigerator, especially if you know you're going to have a wash day coming up soon, maybe in a week or two. You can store this in the refrigerator, and you can either boil another set of tea just to add to what you have, or just dilute it and put a bit more tea tree oil and peppermint oil in it and stuff like that. And it'll be really refreshing. The other thing you can do is, yes, store it in the fridge, but also put it in a spray bottle so that you can spritz your scalp and refresh your scalp throughout the week or however long you have your retwist in. What you would have seen me done is boil 8 cups of water, and I did that because I did drink some of my ginger tea. You didn't see me do it on camera, but while I was waiting on the tea to cool, I scooped some out and used it for tea. And I'm probably going to draw some tea from those ginger pods that I have left over. I'm probably going to make another batch of tea for myself to drink. This bottle, like I said, 32 ounces, you know, a cup is 8 ounces. So this is 4 cups of water. I didn't even use all of it. I probably used 3 cups of water for this process. You can go ahead and brew 4 cups if you want. If you use the same amount of ginger, just bear in mind it will be a bit stronger. So right now I am feeling a little bit of that, you know, that ginger burn, that tingle, but it's not bad because it's mixed in with the peppermint, so it's refreshing. It's not like a painful burn or anything. It's just like a cooling, like a minty fresh, you know what ginger, that spiciness that ginger has, right? That's what I'm feeling right now on my scalp. And you would have seen me use peppermint, tea tree, lemon oil, and then oil mixture that also has rosemary and sage in it or something like that. But you can use whatever oils you want, although I would definitely suggest that you include tea tree in there and peppermint. Oh, and I also use cinnamon bark because I like the smell and I like that it is good for the scalp as well. I would recommend you brewing a smaller batch unless you are going to drink some of your ginger tea, which you should. If you have other herbs like mint. You saw me use the ginger and the rosemary. Any other herb that really does well for the scalp, you can feel free to include it as well. Don't feel limited. I would definitely suggest mint. Maybe even basil as well. Of course, once you start to get with more herbs, you will start to have a more earthy fragrance, but you can also counteract that with your essential oils. Oh, one more thing. Be careful not to get this into your eyes. Please do not drink this mixture after you've included essential oils in it. You can do whatever you want, drink it, make something else with it or whatever, and you can ingest this before you include your essential oils. Anytime after, just give it up and turn it loose. Do not, please, 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 please do not drink this after you put essential oils in it and then come back here commenting that I sent you to the hospital, because I didn't. Okay, y'all my witnesses, I didn't. What did I say? Don't drink it. Now, if you have food grade essential oils, I know there are some brands of those on the market, then that's all on you, boo. But I am telling you, don't drink the Kool-Aid. Don't drink the ginger rinse, okay? Don't do it. So guys, before I babble on and this video gets any longer than I want it to be, I hope this was helpful. I hope you get good results from it. If you are going to try it, leave a comment below. If you have any questions at all, feel free to ask them in the comment area. And if there are any other things that you would like to see me talk about, or any questions that you have for me, like a frequently asked question video or something, any questions at all, put them in the comment section. I'd be happy to answer them. So guys, until next time, I will see you in the next one. Peace.